And South African President Cyril Ramaphosa says the African National Congress-led government will speed up economic reforms to move the country out of a low economic debacle. President Ramaphosa also points out that the sixth administration will enable government to focus on creating jobs and serving the people of South Africa. On the land issue, the president assures investors that there will be no land grabs, but land will be expropriated lawfully.
It is a recognition in the markets that South Africa is a mixed economy. The ANC's policy is to have a mixed economy. It's not a free market economy, and it's not a state interventionist pure model. And in many senses, the market wants the mixed economy to function and to work. So that leads on to the state-owned enterprise segment of the conversation, if you like, where people are very worried about this becoming an albatross.
What I need to make clear is that it is a valued national asset, and we are not privatizing Eskom. We are restructuring Eskom, a process that will also allow the private sector to be our partners. Without an Eskom, then our economy stalls. So if we want our economy to continue pumping and going ahead, we've got to resolve it. Fortunately, what was feared most, load shedding, less power to our mines, to our factories and all that, has not ensued as people have feared. We will ensure that the process of land reform takes place in an orderly manner, in a manner where everyone fully participates. So I've often said too, even foreign investors have no fear.
The president of South Africa. Meanwhile, the president will unveil his cabinet on May 27 after his African National Congress clinched a 57.5% majority in parliamentary and provincial votes that nevertheless saw the former Liberation Party's overwhelming dominance take its hardest hit yet. To wrap up the week in South Africa for us is my colleague in Johannesburg, Becky Malay. Hello, Becky. Good afternoon. So, South Africa's rand weakened early on Friday as most emerging market currencies retreated against the dollar, lifted to near 2-week highs by positive U.S. economic data. So, is that data also being felt in the equity side of the market?
Yes, good afternoon. Well, if you take a look at the equity side, the South African rand has been really been hit, but then it has managed to remain steady because it has been remaining between 14.1 and 14.3. So it hasn't really dropped to a scary point. But at the same time, when you look at commodities such as gold remained flat, but platinum went down, because platinum went down by 0.78%. But then the crude oil maintained momentum and it just stayed flat at 72,000. It's 72.80 per barrel, US dollars, yeah.
Now, the all-important cabinet announcement is scheduled for next week, and that will determine whether growth-enhancing policies and structural reforms are in fact achievable over the next 5 years. Are investors worried about the outcome? And of course, what does the outlook look like?
Well, honestly, investors are keeping a very close eye on the cabinet because, as we know, the past years we've had cabinet ministers that were involved in a process of state capture, where they were trying to control the economy and small individuals were trying to control the economy. So at the moment, investors are keeping their eyes wide open and seeing what is President Ramaphosa's move on this. Will he bring back the old people who were suspicious or suspected of state capture, or will he bring in new people? And then also, the president has made it clear that, he will deal with whoever has participated in trying to undermine the South African law and the South African economy. So the investors remain confident. As you can see, investment is quite increasing right now. If you look at companies like Goldman, a big gold mining company, is actually going to expand its territory in South Africa and expand production in South Africa. So investors are ready. Investors are carrying cards in their hand, but they just want to see the direction that the president will take on this issue.
All right, Becky, we'll leave it at that, and let's hope for a better next week. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the weekend.